Hello lovelies, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is a style inspired by Style by Remy. She's a YouTuber as well. I saw this style in her channel and I decided to recreate it for children's style. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please stay tuned and watch to the end. Welcome. If this is your first time of stopping by, I say welcome. You're highly welcome. Please consider subscribing to my channel. To my old subscribers, I say thank you very much for all your support. So for this style, I started by folding my fabric into four. Then I folded the first two and then another one, considering also my zipper allowance. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. Then I went ahead to mark my hip measurement, which is 6 inches, but I went ahead to deduct 2 inches for the band. Then I marked 4 inches, and also my then the length of the skirt, which is 11 inches plus 1 inch allowance. Then I went ahead to insert my waist measurement. For children, I don't usually use that because you know that children, most of them has tummy, so I don't usually insert that to their styles, so I didn't put that allowance. But if there's any need for that, please put that allowance to your waist. Then I inserted my hip measurement and also went down minus 1 from the hip measurement and then mark the remaining one for the down part, and that's what I did for it. Went ahead to cut the skirt out, that's the back and the front together. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. And after that, I'm going to go ahead and cut the lining out of this with the same way I cut the exact measurement of the skirt. That's what I did for the lining as well. Then after that, so for the skirt to fit in perfectly, I'm going to go in down by 1 inch from the center waist, and I slanted it to meet the for the linings, because I wanted it to use it to turn my skirt. I'm going to deduct this lining. I'm going to minus half inch from it, so that when I turn it with the skirt, it's not going to be showing. I'm going to show you what I meant as we go on. So this is the skirt, and this is the half inch that goes, and I cut out. So this is how I'm going to fold it and then sew. After sewing it and it is not going to show, I'm going to use it to turn it. So I went ahead to iron my fabric and my lining for a perfect finishing. So I ironed everything down. Then I'm going to go ahead, align the fabric and the lining together, then sew the down part. I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing for the back one. I'm going to sew only the back. So this is it. After sewing it down, I'm going to go ahead and align the lining and the fabric together, and so me to be able to sew the two sides together before turning it inside out. And I'm going to go ahead as well to do the same thing at the back. And this is it after sewing it. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it together to turn it inside out. Then the next thing I did is to iron it, to lay it flat. Then I aligned the back together and the front together, so able to hold in the zipper allowance. So I use my pin to hold it down. I don't want to sew it because I'm still going to add the net to sew the net. So I held it with pin, then align the front and the back and shape it in with my measurement. There are two methods of doing this net. Either you measure the waist and cut it out on the net, adding some inches because of the hip, and then for the length as well, adding 4 inches for according to the style. Or you do it by folding your net in a triangular form, just like you want to cut the fillet. Place it on it and then cut it out. or you can as well fold the net in the triangular form, just like you want to cut a fillet. Then place the skirt on top of it and cut it out. Then also give your 4 inches allowance at the down part of it. The next thing I'm going to do is to align the skirt and the net together, and I'm going to sew it. I discovered that I have an excess, a little bit of excess, so I'm going to print it into the skirt. It doesn't change anything. I printed it at the side of it to accommodate the hip as well. Then I'm going to go ahead and also cut the next line of the skirt, and all the measurements will be at the description box. So I measured this and I have about 18 inches, so I'm going to triple the measurement. I had about that's 3 yards of fabric, 1.5 yards of fabric, sorry, after cutting. So the measurement I use here is 6 inches. That's 5 plus half inch, 1 inch for joining the up and the down part. And I went ahead to cut it to cut it out. So what I have is 120 inches. Yes, 120 inches. The first one is 60 inches and the second one is 60 inches. That's 120 inches. And then this second one is the remaining length of my daughter, which is 10 inches, and let's say 10.5. Then I marked it, and what I have here is double of the upper one. That's the 6 inches. It's a lot of work, but when you put your mind in it, before you know it, you're going to get it as soon as possible. It's a 2 net, so it is not difficult to handle. Then I went ahead to gather the 6 inches, and this is it. After gathering it, I'm going to go ahead and attach it to the first layer of the net, not with the skirt, just the net. I'm going to go ahead and attach it just as shown. Then this is the second layer of the net, the third one I mean. So I'm going to go ahead and I'll also attach it. This is the second one. This is it after attaching the first one. I'm going to go ahead and attach this to the as the third one, the third layer of the skirt. So after attaching it, the next thing I did is to fold the fabric together, the skirt together, and sew, leaving the zipper allowance. I sewed down with the skirt, the net, everything together, and I sewed it down to where it stopped, and I went ahead to attach my zip. And that's all for this style. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to give me a thumbs up, share my videos to family and friends, subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and I'll see you in my next video. Okay, for the band, I made a band of 2.5 inch on fold, so, and I used my iron to hold it in place. Then sew this one, the first one together, turn it to the other side and sew it to the front. The reason for sewing at the front is so that you be in control of where your stitches are going through. But when you sew it at the back, when you turn it sometimes at the front, you see that your stitches are not as you want it to be. And that's it for this time, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye. Sorry for all the rushing of my talk. We are on holiday, so my children are also here disturbing, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.